Alright, so, about 80 years ago, because I'm still a young elf, not quite my registered adulthood, I guess, in the plain of Barovia, there lived a vampire by the name of Strahd. And Strahd's father actually had conquered this valley, the Valley of Barovia, and in this valley there lived a tribe of elves called the Dusk Elves. They're really not much different than the elves of the material plane. Um, they had split off. They're all from the same people. These elves had taken an opportunity to settle elsewhere. Um, anyway, the elves refused to bow down to Strahd's father, so he had them. He destroyed them all, basically. He left the elf men alive, but he took all their women so that they would slowly start dying off. My mother was among the last of the surviving Dusk Elves women. My father, and I know this because I was told, not that I've met them, was one of the Dusk Elf traders. His name was uh, Rahadin. Rahadin betrayed his brethren and helped Strahd and his father track down and slaughter all of the elves. Um, he was an evil fucking man, and he was Strahd's chamberlain. Well, Strahd wanted to play a game and experiment, so he allowed Rahadin to get one of these last elf females pregnant. As she was pregnant, he bit her twice, and then it was as she was in labor with me, he finally turned her to see, as an experiment, what would happen if you turned the mother. Would the child come out half vampire? Would the child come out a vampire? Or would it be normal? So the mother turned, baby born, baby seemed normal. Disappointed, but wanting to see how the child developed over time, Strahd gave me to a Vistani family. The Vistani are they're like gypsies. I know you haven't played Strahd, but they are the only ones, because Strahd is trapped there. The Vistani are the only ones that Strahd allows to leave Barovia and come back. No one else gets out. He told them to raise the child, me, and he wanted to watch me grow up and see what happens.
Okay. Slow down for me a moment. The could you spell out what was the gypsy tribe?
The elf tribe is the Dusk Elves.
Right. The gypsy tribe that you were given to.
Vistani.
Vistani.
I'll put it in chat. Vistani.
And I. Cool. Awesome. Okay, continue.
The family that he gave me to did not want to. They love Strahd. Strahd saved them, their people, but they also know that when Strahd became a vampire, he's kind of not the same person that he used to be. They want to find a way to save Strahd.
Okay.
So they took pity on me, this one singular family, um, and they stole me away from Barovia
Okay.
and took me to the material plane, where they raised me. Um, it was about 80 years past. My mother, who was very old by this time, um, had given me a potion of etherealness because she told me one day someone might come for me. And if that was the case, that I was to drink that potion and hide on the ethereal plane until it was safe. Well, one night, because it had been 80 years, this family had grown, and I had brothers, I had sisters, I had cousins. There were about
At,
20 of us.
so were you aware that you were, for all intents and purposes, adopted?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. They
Okay.
told me who I was and what uh, had created me.
Okay.
They told me my history.
Okay.
Um, but for all I these were this was my family, whether biological or not. These were the people that raised me, and these are the people I grew up with.
For the purposes of my note taking here,
Hmm.
um, have you decided? Have you decided on a name?
My mother was Serena. Hold on. My mother was Serena. We'll call her Serina. Father was Vlad or Vladimir.
Really? Okay. This is your story.
He's not the bad guy. The my biological father.
Oh, that's your adopted. So these are your adopted.
Yes,
Okay.
my
Uh.
biological father is Rochadin,
Okay.
and I they did not know my mother's name.
Rach Adin. Do you already type that in?
Yeah, it's in
Okay.
yeah
Okay.
Rahadin.
I got it.
Evil motherfucker. Killed thousands of people.
Like he himself killed thousands of people.
Yes.
And what was his motivation?
He just liked it, and he was Strahd's henchman. He was Strahd's right hand man.
Okay. Okay. And mhm.
Um, One night.
Eh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
uh,
Go ahead if you've got other
no.
questions.
Uh, your actual. Did you decide on that?
My actual name I have not yet.
Okay. Cool.
I'll
I'll
figure that
just
out.
cool. I'll just write in Travis, and I can do an autofill.
Yeah.
But okay. All right. Please continue.
Okay. So one night, and I think we lived. I'll say we lived in the Ardeep Forest. That puts me right where I need to be. Um, we lived in Ardeep. in hiding. We had a little Vistani clan, pretty close knit, um, in hiding in the Ardeep forest. One night a fog came in, and my family got very apprehensive. Fog is never a good thing. And out
Okay.
of the fog came a pack of about 6 werewolves.
Right.
Immediately, my mother had me drink my potion and get away. She knew this was Strahd sending minions for me and them. I watched from the material plane as they destroyed my family. I watched as the pack leader tortured my mother, eating bits of her, demanding to know where the elf boy was. She never said. And because I was on the ethereal plane, they were never able to. I watched as they tried to pick up my scent and track me, but there was nothing to track. I was not there. So the leader howled, and they all ran back into the fog and disappeared, and the fog left with them. So I have made my way out of of the Ardeep, and hopefully, I know there's a town, Nightstone's not too far away. We used to do some trading there. Maybe I can find some help. Oh, and as I grew up, I discovered that I had an almost sorcerer-like affinity for dark magics.
Affinity
Like
being an
shit just happened
attraction.
around me.
Sorry, what?
No, it just came naturally to me.
Okay.
Like I
Okay.
wouldn't even have to try, and suddenly I would kill things.
So you were naturally adept at these things. Okay.
Yes. Um, my mother, Serena, um, she had some books. She was a spellcaster herself. She taught me to control my powers. She gave me some books to study that taught me other things that I could do with my magics, and she raised me to put them to good use as defense, as protection, and as tools. Um, she taught me to never harm another living person unless they were trying to harm me first. And that is a lesson I will always carry. So,
Okay.
the I found a homebrew thing on DM's Guild about the Dusk Elves. It was absolutely useless because basically what it said
I
was
thought you.
it gave me some history of the Dusk Elves, but then it basically said um, take the stats of one of the other elf kinds. Really? Okay. So I'm taking the stats from a high elf, which is it's
Okay.
plus 2 dex. Um, I get to learn another. I get plus 2 dex. I get proficiency in perception. Speed is 30. Dark vision 60. Advantage on saves against magical charms. Can't be put to sleep. I only have to meditate for 4 hours. I speak Common and Elvish. Um, and one exotic language. I get an intelligence increase of +1. I have proficiency in longsword, short sword, short bow, and longbow, and I gain one additional cantrip of your choice and use intelligence for it.
Okay. Entirely up to you,
Mm-hmm.
but considering your affinity, I would go for a language that's commonly spoken uh, in cloaked locations. Like, um, what's common uh, to the dark arts? Would that be infernal?
Most magic, according to the lore that I've read, is all written in Draconic.
Draconic. Okay, so would it make sense that Draconic would be the language you know?
Um,
It's entirely up to you, but I'm just looking at it
yeah, it says
logically.
one extra language. Yeah, Draconic would make sense.
Okay, cool.
So I'll
And
do
of course, you could put
Common,
that any
Elvish, and
language. Yeah,
Draconic.
cool. I mean, you can put that any language you'd like. I was just making a suggestion.
Yeah, yeah, that makes the most sense for me.
Okay.
So I will put that in right quick. All right. I'll put in my weapon proficiencies as well. How are we doing gear? Just starting gear from the handbook?
Yeah, from the handbook. And of course, we're not worried about ammunition, and we're not really super worried about food. Um, if you're going on a long trip between cities, I would pack a little extra, but it's not going to be a huge thing.
Okay. I still don't have a clue what Kelsey wants to play. I think she said she wanted to do a new character. I'll
Cool.
talk to her more about it this week and get her to talk to you.
Fuck. 4 characters. Damn it. 4 characters in the familiar with the story. Okay.
So
Jeez.
yes, you can do with whatever you want with that knowledge, knowing that Strahd is probably still looking for me and may send more bad guys after me.
Yeah. Strahd, and you said he's stuck where he is, so he's not going to be making a physical appearance.
Right,
I
Strahd
wouldn't want
can't
to.
leave,
Cool.
but he
Um,
can send people.
excellent. Now, I am not going to reveal entirely up to you to reveal to your companions. Uh, if and when things do come after you, to let them know why.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think I
that's
will.
all
I don't think I'll tell anybody a thing.
delicious. I love. I was actually hoping you would go.
No, I'm not telling
Perfect.
shit.
What sort of
Because you never know.
creatures?
Strahd has spies everywhere.
What other creatures does Cross draw?
Um, it could be men. It could be other Vistani. It could be um, werewolves. Wolves are his servants. Um, he could send vampire spawn,
Okay.
but
Okay. Cool.
keep in mind if they are in the sun, they're dead men. They,
Those are vampire spawn. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Sounds good.
And if you want more ideas, I'm sure Angel is evil enough to give them to you.
Did she ever make it?
No, she did not. She was playing games with her sister.
Ah,
Sorry, I just recorded all this.
cool beans.
I will stop.